And good morning. Good morning. Okay, so today we're gonna work up with ballistic movements. And when I mean ballistic, it means something that has like a burst of energy. Okay, so warm up first. I'm gonna start smoothly with my warm up. And I like using side to side, forward and back, diagonal and spinning. Okay, so we're gonna see side to side and spinning as well. Okay, and spinning is important because it enables you to preset where your feet need to be to avoid injuries in your knees. There's nothing more beautiful to see someone gracefully turn around, especially if you could add power to it. So what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to see how can I hop into this 180 degree and transition. How can I do this without having my feet stay stuck on the floor? So I'm hopping up. This is the way I find it easiest to do. Like I'm so happy, right? And happy, right? I don't want my foot to stay stuck on the floor. I almost lost balance there, almost. And beautiful. So this starts to get us to wind up. When you see a speed skater, an artistic skater that's going to start turning around. So this power is going to be interesting for us, okay? Next thing we're going to be needing to do is to practice to just hop up a bit. So variation number one, I'm using my arms to help me hop and catch back. Back is straight, okay? So up and back down. I want to feel this absorption with no impact, right? And by the way, my cat is gone to the forest. He knows I'm busy. Freaking cat. All right, good, okay? This really helps me to work out my heart rate, okay? So next thing we're gonna be practicing is what we had practiced the day before, and it's using that range of motion to go forward. Look back with your hand and forward. There's a spot in the movement where you're able to flip that power forward. So you're going back, and as you're going back forward, it accentuates right in front of you. One more. Okay? Ideally, you want to keep your head in front of you, like what I'm going to do now. I'm trying to keep my eyes in front of me, and okay, so my hand goes back. I inhale and forward. Inhaling and forward. And yeah, I like to ground myself when I do this too. Okay, so let's practice just one more each side so I understand. And forward, and my hands going back and forward. Okay, very important thing to practice today because we kind of have to use it using a lunge as well. So we had practiced giving a right distance to our lunge. I made us use the width of the lunge, the width of the mat for our lunge. So I find this and I practice gradually going lower, and this is going to be important for today. Lower, and as low as your body says it's a good go. Okay, your body's like as if it has to give you a green light that you're fully warmed up, or there's a yellow light that you're almost ready, slow down, and then there's a don't do this exercise right now, don't do this exercise today, or don't do this exercise until you've set some other pre-requirements. Okay, so right now I have a yellow light. Nice, huh? I have a yellow light, and then eventually my body's gonna tell me, you know what, with a little bit more warm up, you'll be at the green, but I still have a yellow light for my lunges and adding that ballistic strike to it, okay? So next thing we're gonna practice doing is just working with the range of our arms, okay? And then them being able to be thrown forward. So what I'm gonna do here is gonna be very simple. I'm gonna crawl forward into a plank with my foot coming beside my hands. I'm going to inhale right above here and forward throw. Other hand, other leg. Adjust my posture. Arms above my head and I want to feel that power, that alignment, this graceful buildup of power, and and my core is able to handle it. One more each side. And a last one. All right. Perfect. Amazing. Now my legs are a lot more ready for what's next. They're more ready, okay? So I'm gonna practice now going back to my turning around. So from my mat, I'm gonna lower myself a bit and I'm gonna try to stay inside of my mat. And that's a challenge to stay in the mat, but sometimes I might be restricted in a small space. Can I respect that space? Well, guess what? You have no choice, because there's a person or there's a wall around you, there's a chair, there's a table, and you gotta respect it. So see, I'm learning to turn on myself now. See? And to catch myself, okay? So, I was experimenting the different ways I could turn, but essentially, it's still the pivot. Then I was trying to see, can I hop into this? Can I hop into this? See? Can I hop into it? Ah, there you go, you see? See, I'm figuring it out with you. I know how to do this, but I allow myself to experiment while you're there to realize that we're experimenting together. And then you end up finding what's easy for you. Because if you just try doing what I do, it'll never work. All you could do is what you know what to do, and you transform it into something that's gonna work for you, where you have balance and you have a graceful ease to that approach, okay? So now you saw how to do it and I have an idea of what works best for me too, okay? But where I started and where I ended was consistent, okay? So you have to find your tone, okay? So next now, what am I gonna be doing? Okay, it's not very complicated. We're gonna go back to that plank movement one more time. That's the last time we're doing it today. We're only gonna do 4 of them. And it's going to practice coming down and my leg up and see, afterwards I have this option, okay? Partial push up, my foot, I bring my arms above, I try to feel the length and stability of my core, and see? And I went a little bit forward, so I just want to try to find a balance point. Perfect. 2 more. As I push myself up, I finish the movement with my foot coming up. I adjust my posture. Feel that stretch. And from the end of this movement, I noticed that I already have a forward momentum that I allowed to continue with a structure that I give to it. 1 more. So I set my own boundaries based on what's expected. When you throw a certain amount of power, there's sometimes a leftover energy. Can I use that? And wait, yeah, there you go. That one wasn't so good. I have to redo it. What made me have not as good balance? I think it was just a placement of my foot. So I have to be mindful of how my foot places itself and not just assume it's at the right place. See, so my whole attention is on my body. And sometimes when we don't do something in the way that it ends with the expectation we had in our mind, we get really upset, but we just need to look at the logical reason why it didn't work. And that's how you learn. You don't get mad, you just be more careful of what really happened. Tell me what really happened, right? And you'd be like, well, why would it work? Your foot was not aligned. Perfect, next. Okay, so that's putting this together, okay? So we're gonna do the pre-work here in this, and it's going to be in the principle of, I wanna be able to come down and bring my arm back. Wide enough, I could come back, and you see, is this foot gonna have to move a bit? So I could bring my arm to the floor. Woo! That's something. So I could turn and bring my arm to the floor. And I keep my eyes in front of me. See? That's me going forward with a strike. And this is me ending. So it's something that you're taking from the floor. It's like I'm just gonna pick up my purse to whip you across the face with it. Okay? See? One more. And you have to notice the point where I'm up, that gave me a certain momentum, and I transfer it into my rotation. So then I'm going up into a rotation, which could make you leap off the floor a little bit. Okay, good. Good. All right. So today we're gonna have fun. So what I'm gonna practice today is this. I'm forward, I'm going to 180 and send this. Okay? So how I'm gonna do it is, it's not very complicated. I'm aware that I'm gonna have to take a partial lunge, but the partial lunge is only to set up basically my rotation. So instead of going here to turn, I'm going to sumo step instead. See? That's gonna be easier. See? It's like I was a sumo wrestler and I went up, bam, 180, and then I wanna turn around, but into my strike. Okay? So it's the lunge step, but with a squat instead. I squatted instead, and then I turned around, perfect. It's like I just hit it a home run, okay? Let's stay with the same side again, right leg. Going over, because I'm gonna send my right hand, and beautiful, okay? Now let's go with my left side. I'm gonna throw my left hand, so I sumo left step, and I'm getting ready now. Oh, not bad, but I felt my right foot was turned in too much. Okay, perfect. Let's try that again. Sumo step, 1. And I'm gonna get prepared to turn around. Better, better. One more. See, I could turn here. Then I look, okay? So now to do the final variation, I'm gonna do it looking at the camera, right side. So I'm here. So look what's gonna happen. I'm going to come in with my right side. See? As if I was doing a 180. Then I'm gonna start turning my body to look and then throw. And back. 2 more times this side. So I'm standing neutral and I'm coming in. And perfect. One more. Just minding my own business. Right foot. Beautiful. Now I'm going to do the same thing with my left side 3 times. Minding my own business, coming in, turning around. Beautiful punch to the stomach, or for my last one, to the face. Okay? Same mechanic anyways, but that's when I need to turn my punch into a ball and chain and across. I have like this incredible immense power that's developed from this. So we had to use the spinning, we had to learn the lunge, we had to be able to have the right mobility for it. Everything mattered to be able to do this strike. So this is a strike that you could practice as much as you want. You could redo this session another time, but in this session at least you understand how to find the coordination, the micro alignments, so you could have this ease of reproducing immense power in a natural way. That was the session for today. I hope that you enjoyed it, and we'll see each other next time. Ciao.